Hi everyone, today we're going to review Axonn, set number 8733, originally released in 2006, and it contains 196 pieces. Early records tell of Axonn as a member of the Hand of Artaka, though the organization was disbanded, leaving Axonn feeling devoid of purpose, resulting with him going to full-out conquest, becoming one of the most powerful and feared beings within the Matoran universe, conquering a number of the southern islands. He would later be introduced to the Order of Mata Nui after Hydraxon approached him. From here, Axonn would be tasked with guarding the Mask of Life, which he would continue to do while protecting the Matoran that live on Voya Nui. After the Piraka arrived, Axonn would begin to track their movements, eventually attacking Thok and Radak. The two didn't stand a chance. Before Axonn could land the final blow, Brutaka intervened, allowing the two Piraka to escape. Axonn would later help the Toa Inika by crafting a special Zamor sphere for them. From here, Axonn would battle Brutaka, defeating his former comrade after shattering a vat of antidermis and Brutaka being sent to the pit. After aiding the Toamari, Axonn would be summoned by Krakua to help prepare for the coming war with the Brotherhood of Makuta. From here, Axonn jumps around a lot in the story, from battling Skakti to working with Helrix directly. He eventually ends up being jettisoned into space by Pterodax, with a number of other beings. They survived thanks to Liwa, who created an air bubble around them, and then Vezon, who was able to pull them into a fortress located on Bodo Magna. Axonn and the group would then be ambushed by Velika, after he planted a bomb to kill him and the other members. Axonn was a very prominent figure within Bionicle's 2006 storyline, appearing in a number of novels and comics. He was actually the first hero-type character, excluding the Matoran, we would see within the comic, appearing before the Toa Inika even debuted, where he pummels Thok and Radak until Brutaka intervened, knocking him unconscious. He also appeared as a boss in Bionicle Heroes, but he was depicted as a bad guy. This game is not canon. Though after 2006, Axonn kinda became a side character, helping the Toamari minorly, but he was still popular enough that he would appear in a number of story serials, which is where he starts jumping around a lot, kind of where the story needs him to be. Taking a look at the set, Axonn is a small Titan build. Almost every segment of him is custom made, excluding the lower arms and the lower legs. Starting at the feet, they are primarily made of these two long lift arms, decorated with Hordika feet and some small connectors. The leg consists of a Vaki leg and a custom assembly that makes up the thigh, decorated with Visorak feet. This is also where the piston assembly attaches, and it runs all the way down to the foot. Interestingly, the pistons on Axonn have two bushes near the ball joint, but I'll talk about that later. Moving to the torso, the chest utilizes Anuva chest and shoulder pad pieces to give off this buff, muscular look, and it's really well done. Though turning him around, he's pretty bare, showing the torso piece, hips, and the tube that angles the shoulder pads at the front. At the arms, the upper arm is custom, decorated with a few Metro knee covers and a Hordika foot. Then another Vaki leg. From here, we get to what I consider to be the best part of the figure, the hands. Like most of the figure, the hands are completely custom, using a few connectors, lift arms, and some 2004 Matoran limbs, all to create a very articulated hand. Jumping to the head, Axonn wears a Great Kanohi Road, the Mask of Truth, which allows him to see the truth through lies and illusions. And it mounts to the head via this axle on the inside of the mask. And the last thing included with the set is Axonn's axe. This thing is awesome, made of a 12-long axle with panrak staffs on the ends. One of these staffs connects the two axe halves, and these parts are really cool, having their attachment points offset from the main section of the axe. So then when the two blades are combined and mounted to the staff piece, they create this very large dual-sided axe, which looks very impressive. And the axe connects to Axonn's hand via a pole reverser, which plugs into the base of the thumb. Alright, articulation-wise for Axonn, he's fairly well articulated. So, focusing, of course, that's important. You get a ball joint at the neck, so you can look that far to the side, both ways. You can look up that far. It's kind of hindered because of this tube on the back of the neck. And then you can look down that far. And of course, the head can rotate all the way around. So, that's good. Then at the shoulder, you can move out that far. You can go all the way around. You get 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. You get a ball joint at the wrist, so you can rotate, curl, hinge, whatever you want. And at the fingers, you have a ball joint at the base of each finger, so you get hinge, curl, rotation, whatever you'd like. And it allows you to really make the hands look natural, which is really nice. I really like these hands. They are easily the best part of the figure. So, yeah. Okay, moving down to the hips. The legs can go out that far. You can go back that far. And then you can go forward that far. At the knees, you can get just shy of 90 degrees of bend right there. And then you can straighten it out all the way. At the ankle, you can go... losing control. Hold on. There we go. And then at the ankle, you can go back that far, forward that far. You get ankle tilt, which is pretty good. So, yeah, you can tilt. And you don't get much articulation, like you can rotate the ankle, but it's hindered because of this piston assembly to allow for stability. So overall, that's articulation for Axonn, which is pretty good. Alright, issues with this set. First off, the bushings on the piston assemblies and the tube on the back of the neck do interfere with articulation. It's not a big problem, but you do lose some notable articulation that could lead to great poses. The second issue is the thighs. They have a tendency to come apart when adjusting the leg, specifically the piston. Other than that, Axonn is a really solid figure. Alright, size-wise, Axonn comes in at the top of the crest on his mask, about 9.5 inches or 24 centimeters. From shoulder to shoulder, he's about 5 or so inches or 13 centimeters. Size-wise, here he is next to a Mata. Move down a bit. There we go. Here he is next to a Metru. And here he is next to an Anika. So, yeah, he's about the size of an Anika build, which is alright. Here he is next to the two Paraka that he pummeled, Thok, and Radak. Oops, didn't even see Radak. There we go. There's Radak. So, yeah. And for some Titan comparisons, here he is next to Brutaka, right there. And another 2006 Titan, Umbra. So, yeah, he's the shorter one of the bunch. And then, here he is next to Hydraxon. Totally different characters. So, yeah. And that's Axonn, a well-designed Titan. Especially the hands. That is easily my favorite part about this figure. They just give him so much expression that a lot of figures lack. And his overall design is just really good with this squat, buff look, which makes him very unique compared to most Titans we had seen up to this point in Bionicle, as the Titan category usually meant that the specific figure would be substantially larger than their canister releases. But Axonn uses those extra parts to fill himself out, and it's really well done here. With all that said, Axonn is just an all-around amazing Titan. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date with all my latest videos. And with that, I'm Legend, and I will see you all next time.